Alright guys, MarkBoy316 here with another video, and today's going to be my Starrcade 1988 review. You've seen me do reviews with my friend Todd, but he's seen every Starrcade. This is one that I haven't seen, and I wanted to watch it, and I did. Now, I know a lot of facts and trivia, and a lot of wrestling statistics and stuff, yes, but when it comes to actually watching a pay-per-view and retaining what I saw, not always the easiest, so this is why I got my phone for the match listing. Because I just watched it, and I couldn't tell you what the first match was. But I know what happened. The next one, first match is Kevin Sullivan and Steve Williams against the Fantasticks for the United States Tag Titles. I thought that was a great match. Fantastics were going back and forth, using their speed and quickness to try to get the upper hand on Dr. Death, who's a strong guy, and Kevin Sullivan's always nuts. But a great tag match there. It was about a 15-minute match, and Kevin Sullivan and Dr. Death win the match with a hot shot. Dr. Death hits the hot shot on one of the Fantastics and gets the pin. The new United States Tag Champions, Kevin Sullivan and Dr. Death. Pretty cool. Next one we got here is the Midnight Express, Stan Lane and Bobby Eaton with Jim Cornette as babyfaces against the original Midnight Express with Dennis Connery and Randy Rhodes with Paulie Dangerously as the manager. This was a high fast-paced match. The Cornette's Midnight Express jump attack Paulie's Midnight Express at the beginning of the match, and Midnight Express has about half the match. Then finally Bobby Eaton hits the corner, crushes the corner, and from there Heyman's Paulie Dangerously's Midnight Express takes control, and they beat him down quite a bit. And then finally Cornette gets a few shots with the rackets on the original Midnight Express, and finally Jim Cornette's Midnight Express wins the match with an accidental shot of with the phone, with Paulie Dangerously's phone. So the original Midnight Express gets the win. And the next one here, the Cornette's Midnight Express gets the win. So they get the win there from the miscommunication, and finally the Cornette's team wins. Then we got the Russian Assassins with Paul Jones. Russian Assassins were Jack Victory and I can't remember the guys. Dave Stanton or Dave something. It was he was one of the Black Scorpions. But the Assassins 1 and 2 with Paul Jones defeated Junkyard Dog and Ivan Koloff. I thought that was an upset. They cheated. They loaded their mask. They were wearing mask, and they did a headbutt with a foreign object in the mask, and ended up pinning Ivan Koloff. It was an all right match, just nothing too exciting. Next one here was Rick Steiner against Mike Rotundo for the television title. Mike Rotundo was the TV champ going in. They used to be partners in the Varsity Club, and they were doing everything they can to try to beat Steiner. And it was Dr. Death came down, and Kevin Sullivan too tried to interfere, and to no avail. And looked like Rotundo had the pin, but then the time limit expired, and it was not the time limit expiring. It was actually Dr. Death who actually rang the bell, and it didn't count. So the referee restarted the match. Then the referee came down, and they both restarted the match, and they both counted down Mike Rotundo's shoulders. Rick Steiner's your new television champion. I thought that was a good match. Next one here is Barry Windham versus Bam Bam Bigelow for the United States heavyweight title. This was a good match. Bigelow can move. I forgot how good he was. My God, Bigelow can go. This match ended by countout. Barry Windham gets the win after sending Bigelow over the top to the floor, and beats him up on the ground and causes the countout. I thought that was a great match too. Then it was Sting and Dusty Rhodes against the Road Warriors for the NWA Tag Team titles. The fans were nuts for this match. They were really behind Sting and Dusty Rhodes. And then what happens in this one is Paul Ellering goes in and breaks the pin. They had him dead to rights. They had the Road Warriors beat, and Paul Ellering, their manager, comes in and causes the DQ. Intentionally gets his team disqualified to keep the titles. But I thought that was still a great match. Fans were nuts for that match. Then we have, of course, the main event, the Nature Boy Ric Flair against Lex Luger. If Flair gets disqualified in this match, he loses the title when Luger becomes the champion, if he gets disqualified. And this was a 30-plus minute match. It was fantastic from start to finish. Fans were really behind Luger. And the last time they had fought, I think it was Great American Bash of '88. Luger had won by DQ, but obviously didn't win the title. So this time he put that stipulation in, and one hell of a match. Finally ended up by Luger getting Flair in the torture rack, and his knee gave out because Flair worked on his knee throughout the whole match, and he collapsed, and Flair fell on top of him and put his feet on the ropes during the pin, and 1, 2, 3, and pinned him. Dirtiest player in the game, Ric Flair, classic Flair. Fantastic match. And this Starrcade I thought was actually pretty damn good, except for maybe the Assassins against Junkyard Dog and Koloff. Probably not the greatest match, and I think everything else was very damn good. So I would give this Starrcade an 8 out of 10. Very, very good. Very good match. Best match on the card was the original Midnight Express. Well, Paulie Dangerously versus Cornette's Midnight Express. I thought that was a great tag match. Another match to look on the card was Flair and Luger. Sting and Dusty versus the Road Warriors. Bigelow and Wyndham was good. Rotundo Steiner was good. So you can't go wrong with any of the matches. But I think the best match on the card, wrestling-wise, was Midnight Express versus Midnight Express. So, yeah, that's my review of Starrcade '88. Please join me again, and thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.